Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you which are the basic steps to connect and configure your zAP2. Once you power your zAP2, it's going to take about maybe 1 minute to be ready for use. You can see that your zAP2 is up and running by opening your Wi-Fi connections, and you're going to see the StellarNet zAP2 access point. This is the code, in this case 53. This code is independent for each zAP2. In this case 53. So you can connect to the access point by using the default password, which is StellarNet lowercase. Once you connect it to the access point, you can open a web browser and go to any web page, let's say StellarNet.us, or you can also go to the access point IP, which is 192.168.4.1, and you're going to have the same result, which is the access point web portal or web page. In this page, you're going to see a set of buttons and set of functions that you can do with your zAP2 to configure it, or to, let's say, download or upload any file to it. But let's begin with the read IP, which is one of the first things we need to do. If you go to read device IP, you're going to see that the first time, if you never set up a Wi-Fi to the zAP2, you're going to see the IP for the access point, which is what I mentioned before, which is 192.168.4.1. This means that your zAP2 is not connected to any Wi-Fi for now. So we're going to learn how to do it, how to connect our zAP2 to our own Wi-Fi connection. Let's go to the second button, which is Manage Wi-Fi Configuration. When we go there, we can see which are the saved Wi-Fi connection we have. In this case, we have only one, which is StellarNet Wi-Fi, but I'm going to show you how to set a new Wi-Fi. So let's go to Add a Wi-Fi Connection. Open this form where you have to set the name of the Wi-Fi you're going to connect and the password. In this case, I'm going to connect to our demo Wi-Fi, which is StellarNet Demo Wi-Fi. So the name, StellarNet Demo Wi-Fi, and the password in this case is lowercase StellarNet. I save the Wi-Fi, and that means that the Wi-Fi was successfully saved to the zAP2. But this doesn't mean that the zAP2 is going to connect now to the Wi-Fi. To do so, we need to reboot the zAP2. We can do it either unplugging and plugging again our spectrometer, or restarting the device by software using the access point. If we click this button, it will pop up just a warning message, just asking if we want to reboot the device. We answer OK, and it will take, as I mentioned before, 1 minute more or less to reboot the device. Okay, once we have the zAP2 up and running again, you're going to see the zAP2 access point here. We connect again. We already saved the password, so let's go to again StellarNet.us. We're going to see the access point, the same thing as we saw before, but if I go to read device IP, now that I add a Wi-Fi, you're going to see a different IP. It's not the 168.4.1 that we had before, which is the access point, but it's a different one. That means that our zAP2 is successfully connected to our Wi-Fi, to the Wi-Fi we define. If we go to Wi-Fi connections, we can see now that our demo Wi-Fi is here in the list. So our zAP2 is going to try to connect to all of the Wi-Fi connection we added before, and once it's successfully connected to one, you're going to have a new IP, which is this one. This IP is very important because we're going to use this IP to connect to the zAP2. We can also use the access point. The access point is always up and running simultaneously with the Wi-Fi, so we can connect to the zAP2 using either this IP in this case or the access point IP, which is a fixed IP. That IP won't change from one zAP to another. It's going to be the same IP for each zAP2. So how to connect to to those to that IP, we're gonna show that on a different video. So for now, I'm gonna show you how to download all the necessary software to remotely connect to the zAP2. We can go here down to documentation button. Here in documentation button, we have all the software we need to remotely connect to the zAP2. First, we have PuTTY. We have 3 different operating systems, which is 32-bit Windows, 64, and for Unix systems. We can download the one we need. In this case, this is the installer, so you don't have to have internet to download this because are already loaded to the zAP2. So you can download by clicking one of these. You're gonna see the download here, the file, the download for the installer. This one, the PuTTY, is to remotely access the zAP2 using SSH protocol, which is not a graphical interface but a console interface. So you're not gonna see a graphical interface. If we go back, we can go to BNC Viewer. This BNC Viewer, we have also 3 different operating systems, Windows, Mac, and Linux. With BNC Viewer, you can remotely access the zAP2 using a graphical interface. So once you connect through BNC to the IP given by the router, you can see the default desktop of the zAP2. Just to be clear, the first one, PuTTY, is to access the zAP2 without a graphical interface, and the BNC Viewer is to access the zAP2 with a graphical interface. The last one is Virtual Here. This is a pretty cool tool. We have 4 different operating systems, 32-bit Windows, 64 Windows, Mac, and Linux systems. In this case, this Virtual Here is to not accessing the zAP2, but to transmit data from the zAP2 to your own computer. This Virtual Here uses a protocol called USB over IP, which means that you are remotely connecting your spectrometer to your computer, like if you have it directly connected to your USB. It simulates a USB connection between your computer and your spectrometer, but actually is Wi-Fi connection. So that's a pretty cool tool and feature we can explain in a different video. So if you want to download any of this, you don't have to download all of them, but you can download only the one you need. Also, in this documentation section, we have an open user manual button. This will open the user manual in a different tab. This user manual is a very detailed explanation of how to use the zAP2. Everything I explained in this video is also in this user manual. So as you can see, configuring your zAP2, adding a Wi-Fi is pretty simple, pretty easy, and straightforward. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to be helpful for you, and well, let's see you in a different video. Thanks.